And also, I want to ask, I mean, whether you think that the Turkey has failed on calculating the proceedings in Syria. I mean, what do you think the Turkish interests are in Syria?
Well, Turkish interest in Syria is a huge in a number of ways. First of all, it has a very, very long border with Syria, so whatever happens in Syria internally will have a direct and indirect effect on Turkey. One of the major issues is the Kurdish problem. Syria has at least 2 million Kurds, which is a significant number, a little more than 10% of the Syrian population. Turkey has a significant minority of Kurds to the tune of 15 million Kurds. And there is a question of PKK, and there is so that is of great concern to Turkey. What happened in Syria? Should Syria unravel? And the Kurds, as they already been talking about the possibility of seeking an autonomous rule in Syria itself. Some others are even talking about recreating the Kurdistan that was arbitrarily divided. Kurdistan existed for about a year and a half in 1921 to almost 1923. And then it was arbitrarily divided between 4 countries, Syria, Iran, Turkey, and Iraq. But many Kurds continue to dream about this possibility, and they see the so-called, the Arab Spring and the revolutions taking place, the unraveling. It is possible that they can unravel what the great powers then did so arbitrarily and seek to restore Kurdistan. That is not acceptable to Turkey under any circumstances. And as we know from the history between in Turkey itself in connection with the Kurds, I cannot imagine any Turkish government will allow the Kurds to establish autonomous rule even within Turkey, let alone cede significant territory in order to re-establish Kurdistan. That's one major element. The second thing is the bilateral relations. If you are a neighbor, well, you have a choice. It can be an enemy, which is going to be costly at all times, and to be friends, it's going to be determined what's happening in Syria itself, post Bashar Assad. So Turkey has major stakes in this. Hence, we hear your foreign minister Davutoglu suggesting just a few days ago that no-fly zone should be put in effect, that the West and the NATO in particular ought to be supporting the rebels much more directly and more effectively, even outside the United Nations Security Council. And I remember speaking to top officials in Turkey, and they used to tell me, well, Alon, we really don't have the legitimacy to interfere. But that is changing as of late. As the influx of refugees is taking place, Turkey has more than 100,000 Syrian refugees. As the death toll in Syria exceeded now 30,000 and going up every single day. So Turkey had no choice but to change its approach to the Syrian problem. If Syria is unraveled, as it probably will if there is no outside interference, and the sooner the better, it will disintegrate. And Syria, if it disintegrates, is going to be the biggest problem for Turkey in a variety of ways. So the Kurds is just one aspect of it.